So hi everyone, my name is SHAHIRAH and my number is 297679. So today I will be discussing the issue of the vaping ban in Kelantan. In 2015, the Kelantan government made a bold decisions to implement a complete ban in the sale of electronic cigarettes and vape product. The main goal behind this ban was to protect public health, especially the younger generation, who were increasingly becoming drawn to the vaping culture. At that time, vaping was rapidly gaining popularity in Malaysia and it had become a social trend, particularly among teens and young adults. This raised concern about the potential long-term health effects. The Kelantan government not only made this move for legal reasons, but also as a moral responsibility, particularly in this line with Islamic principles, which emphasize preventing harm to pupil health. It was found that many vape liquid contain nicotine and other harmful substances that could damage the lungs and lead to the long-term health issue. The state health and religious leaders were united, agreeing that action needed to be taken before vaping became as harmful and widespread as smoking traditional cigarette. However, despite the ban, there have still been reports to illegal sales of vape product, especially through online platform. Sellers use social media, e-commerce website, and even private messaging apps to continue the activity. This makes it challenging for authorities to track and control the sales. In response, the Kelantan government has reaffirmed that it will continue enforcing the ban and strengthen its measure to protect the public. Regular awareness, the campaign are conducted in school, community and university to educate the public about the dangers of vaping and the legal consequences of supporting our selling vape product. So now, let's look at who is involved in this issue. So first, that we have the Kelantan state government, especially the State Executive Council, EXCO, which is responsible for the local governance and enforcement of the ban. The EXCO plays a crucial role in the policy-making process and oversees the coordinations between health authorities and enforcement agency. Since the ban was introduced, the EXCO has been actively involved to ensuring its implementations. So next, we have the Kelantan Health Department, which plays a major role in supporting the enforcement of this ban. The health department monitors public compliance, carries out health education campaigns, and advises the state government on the health risks of vaping. They work closely with school and community centers to educate the parents, teenagers, and the public on the danger of nicotine addictions and the misleading claim made by vape sellers. In addition, the local authorities such as municipal councils are also key players in this issue. They conduct inspection at business premises to ensure that vape products are not being sold. They also work closely with law enforcement agencies to identify repeat offenders and revoke the license of shops that ignore the ban. However, their efforts are challenged by the increasing online trade, which allows sellers to operate without being easily detected. Finally, the community plays a significant role in this issue. Vape seller, users, parents, educators, and religious leaders are all involved. Some small traders argue that the ban affects their income, but others support the decisions, acknowledging the importance of protecting the younger generation from the harm of vaping. Parents, teachers, and religious leaders all play crucial roles in guiding and educating young people to avoid vaping. Religious leaders in particular emphasize that preserving one's health is a responsibility in line with Islamic teaching. In conclusion, this issue involves not only the government and health department, but also the collaborations and awareness of the entire community in Kelantan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURAMALINA binti ABDULLAH NAWAVI, metric number 307329, and today I will be elaborating regarding on why was the vape ban is being executed by the Kelantan government. So vape is actually an alternative to the old cigarettes, where it literally gave about the same consequences but with the use of batteries. So the government of Kelantan decided to ban the vape due to serious issues pertaining to aspects such as health, social welfare, and religion, because prevention is better than cure. First and foremost, the state aimed to provide a stronger protection towards the public health. According to researchers, vape, or commonly known as e-cigarettes, contains tons of chemical components in the cartridges, which includes propylene glycol and glycerol, combined with concentrated flavors and a variable lower percentage of nicotine. Nicotine is considered to be extremely harmful to human health. Apart from being addictive, it has the higher potential to cause blood pressure, heart rate, and a narrowing of arteries. As mentioned by American Heart Association 2024, the more people are exposed to this device, the higher the risk of getting these stated diseases among the state. Therefore, this would automatically provide a safety shield towards the community in terms of the overall being. The ban of this vaping culture also gives spaces for society, especially to the Muslim individuals, to reflect on their actions, whether they are the sellers of the vape or they are the buyers of the vape. On a final significant note, Islam prohibited the use of vapes, convinced by certain evidence stated in the Al-Quran. As a Muslim, Al-Quran should be our first guidance to look forward into any actions that we are doing. Therefore, the Muslim buyers and sellers of vape in Kelantan must peacefully adhere to this ban. According to the verse 90 to 91 in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Allah has mentioned about the ban of vape indirectly through the verse. Clearly from these verses, Islam does not approve of any act that is related to self-harm and addiction, including vaping. What are the impacts of this ban? The vape ban in Kelantan has both bad and good impacts in the state. On the positive side, we can eventually notice that the ban has decreased the physical access to vape products. Enforcement efforts and awareness campaigns have raised knowledge about the dangers of vaping, leading to increased vigilance on the parts of schools, parents, and community leaders who are now actively discouraging youth from using them. The policy is thus helping promote a healthier and more disciplined society that reflects Islamic values and responsible behavior. However, the ban has also produced negative impacts. Many individuals and small business operators have reverted to illegal and online trading, which makes it more difficult for law enforcement to track and stop the sale of these products on what we call as the black market. This underground market continues to flourish using social media, e-commerce sites, and delivery devices to help conceal their actions. It has even affected the income of some small traders who used to rely on selling and interacting with vape devices and liquids as part of their livelihoods. Finally, the enforcement will present problems as well. Limited manpower and difficulty tracking have led to continued access of vape items by some teenagers and adults who operate in secret despite the ban. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is HANISAH. So now I will continue with our opinion regarding the ban of e-cigarettes. So although the ban on e-cigarettes brings both positive and negative effects, we support the ban because the harm outweighs the benefit. From a health perspective, vapes still expose users to dangerous chemicals such as nicotine, formaldehyde, and heavy metals. These substances can damage the lungs and hurt, cause inflammation, and lead to strong addiction. Many young people think vape smoke is just harmless vapor, but it's actually toxic aerosol that can weaken the respiratory system. So the ban is a reasonable step to protect the public health and reduce addiction-related disease. From a social angle, vaping has become a popular trend among teenagers. It's seen as modern and cool, but it influences behavior in unhealthy ways. Many teens start due to peer pressure or social media influence without understanding how addictive it is. If left unchecked, we risk raising a generation that grows up dependent on harmful substances. This ban helps limit this negative influence and support a healthier social environment. Economically, even though the vape industry brings profit to the seller, the long-term cost to the nation is far greater. Treating vape-related illness like chronic lung problems, heart issue, and respiratory disease significantly increase healthcare expenses. Workers affected by these health problems may also become less productive, affecting the national workforce. Therefore, banning vape sales is a preventive measure that helps reduce future healthcare burdens and protects economic stability. From a moral and family perspective, the ban helps guide young people away from unhealthy lifestyle. When access to vapes is restricted, parents can better monitor and educate their children about the dangers of addiction. This encourages responsibility and awareness about maintaining good health. In the long run, an addiction addiction-free youth contributes to a more stable family structure and a society that is healthier physically, mentally, and morally. From Islamic viewpoint, in Islam, maqasid syariah refers to the higher objective behind every ruling. It helps us understand that all commands and prohibitions from Allah are meant to bring benefit and prevent harm. Scholars classify maqasid into three levels. First one, daruriyat, which is essential. Next, hajiyat, needs that remove hardships. And tahsiniyat, refinements that complete good character. For this video, I will focus on daruriyat, the essential elements that must be protected for human life to function properly. These are the preservation of religion, life, intellect, lineage, and property. When any of these are threatened, society becomes unstable. If we look at electronic cigarettes and vaping, they clearly go against the maqasid syariah because they cause harm to the body and mind. Islam strictly forbids acts that destroy health. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, "Do not throw yourself into distractions," and the Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "There should be neither harming nor reciprocating harm." From a legal perspective, through qiyas analogy, vaping carries the same meaning as traditional cigarettes because both share the same harmful effective cause. Vaping is also a form of wastefulness because money is spent on something harmful and without benefit. On a societal level, vaping increases healthcare costs, which contradicts the objective of protecting wealth. Vapes also open the door to other harm, such as being used to consume or distribute illegal substance. This threatens public morality, family structure, and future generations. So, the principle of set al-dara'im, blocking the means to harm, applies here to prevent greater damage. Because of all this, the Islamic vision by the Islamic Council to prohibit electronic cigarettes and vapes is consistent with the overall framework of maqasid syariah. Islam aims to protect the five essential elements: religion, life, intellect, lineage, and property. Vaping puts several of these at risk and bring both personal and societal harm. In conclusion, prohibition of vaping aligns with the objective of maqasid syariah. It protects health, prevents waste, safeguards society, and supports the well-being of the Muslim community as a whole.
So, for the conclusion, as Muslim, there are several important lessons we can learn from the vape ban in Kelantan. First, Islam teaches us to take care of our health because our body is an amanah from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Anything that brings harm, even if the harm is small or long term, should be avoided. So, this ban reminds us that staying healthy is not just a lifestyle, but also a religious responsibility. For the second one, we learn that prevention is better than cure. Instead of waiting for people to get addicted or sick, the government took early action. This is in line with Islamic teaching that encourage us to prevent harm before it happens. For the third one, this issue teach us about the self-control, also discipline. Vaping may look trendy or harmless, but in Islam, teach us not to follow things just because they are popular. We must think carefully about the consequences, especially when it involves substances that can affect our body, mind, also behavior. From a community perspective, this ban is remind us that caring for others is part of our faith. By reducing access to harmful products, we protect children, teenagers, and future generations from falling into addiction. Islam encourages us to build a society that's healthy, responsible, and morally strong. Lastly, we learn the importance of obeying law that aims to protect to the public. When a rule is made to prevent harm, supporting it becomes part of our duty as Muslims and as members of society. In conclusion, this issue teaches us to value health, practice discipline, protect our community, and avoid anything that leads to harm. These are all principles that Islam strongly emphasizes.